Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Sugar.413 and today I'm just going to do a short video. Keep it very brief. I ain't going to take up too much of your time, but I want you to listen and pay attention. Okay, so this video is most likely for people who are military veterans or people who have family members who have served in the military, no matter when it was, no matter how long ago it was. You all probably know or do not know that if you were in the military and you suffered from any kind of medical catastrophe or any kind of medical disorder, and you get out of the military, and you're followed by your local practitioners, your civilian, or your VA clinic, that you can do a claim for your illnesses that you acquired while you were in the military, or if you had some medical issues that got worse while you were in the military. Both of them, you can qualify. There are some fine print things that need to be done. Like you do have to have an honorable, I believe, or a general discharge, and you also have to have served. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's 90 days or more. But you can check on that when you go to file a claim. Why am I doing this video? I'm doing this video because in life, I'm meeting a lot of people, service members, who have various illnesses, different things from diabetes to problems with their hips, knees, joints, that can definitely be attributed to their service in the military, right? A lot of times when you're in the military, for whatever reason, you may or you may not go to sick call. Now, I was in the Air Force, so the Air Force is a little bit more gentler than the other branches. So I've run across veterans who have told me that when they served in the 70s or the 80s or even the 90s, it was kind of frowned upon to go to sick call. People made fun. You know, they had like little jokes. Mainly, these are coming from men, right? No females. These are coming from men about going to sick call. So a lot of veterans had issues and they just didn't go to sick call. So those issues that they had are not documented, right? The Air Force was different. They encouraged, if you didn't feel well, that's what sick call was for. That's what the clinic was for. That's part of your military benefits. It's free medical care. Why would you not take advantage of it? I didn't realize that I went so much until now that I'm out years later and I'm looking through my military file. And I go, I went to the doctor for this. I went to the doctor for that. I didn't realize I had so many doctor visits on record, which is good for me nowadays. But anyway, yeah, so for the most part, things that you have documented in your military files and you're still suffering with, as long as you've been seen or are being seen by a VA health care official, or you're being seen by your civilian doctors to document that you still have this illness, is still going on, it's still bothering you, then you should be able to file a military claim. So what you need to go do is go on that va.gov, look for the filing for VA benefits, and look for an intent to file. You could do that online. It takes probably, I don't know, 7 minutes of your time to go in. You're going to have to put in some general information, of course, your name, your social, your branch of service, your dates of service. I think they asked maybe what was your last pay grade when you got out. It's like very simple stuff. You don't even have to tell them what's wrong with you. You don't even have to tell what you're filing for. But you do have to put that intent to file and just leave it there as you gather information from your military records and your civilian records to build what I call a case. So when I do a veteran's claim, I treat my paperwork like I'm a lawyer, right? I kind of go through and I see the evidence that I have. I see what's wrong with me. I say, this is what happened while I was in the military. This is what's happening now. Here's the proof by my military records, and here's the proof by my civilian records or my VA records right now today that are current. Then you can submit that. It's really easy. You can do it online. That part takes a little bit longer. The intent to file, 7 minutes. But to file a claim, I would say give yourself a good hour. Do the research. Find out what's wrong with you. Be able to write a good personal statement. If you have any military friends still that you're in contact with that can vouch for your illness, get a buddy statement from them and submit your claim. You know, it's important for you to be compensated for something that you got from the military that you did not have before you entered. It's not fair that your body is going through all these changes and you got some kind of illness while you were out doing the job. Because when you're in the military, you're doing a job, right? That's not fair. So the military does allow, and they do have special provisions for people that were stationed at certain duty stations. A lot of them are overseas, but they do have some different things for stateside service members also. That's under the PACT Act that kind of like pre-qualifies you. That says basically, if you were here, served during these times and have this disease, this disease, this disease, this disease, you're kind of like automatically grandfathered in to be financially compensated for that. So I'm just saying it. I just want to keep this short. I just want to let people know it doesn't matter when you served, how long it was, as long as you have some kind of documentation, as long as you can prove your case, prove that you were definitely affected while doing military service, whatever branch it is, you should be able to file a claim. And if they deny it, which quite often they do, they tell you why. They'll say, hey, they'll write it out perfectly for you. We are denying this claim because X, 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 Y, and Z. Then you get the claim denial letter. You see why they are denying it, and you just fix up those points and resubmit it. So they make it kind of easy for you. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that you share this video with another service person who may not be getting any financial compensation from their military service, from which most of us went in willingly. I know some people that's a lot older than me that were drafted, but my era, I went in on my own willingly. I did not volunteer to get any kind of illness or sickness from my military service, but sometimes things happen. Sometimes you may fall in there, you tripped, you get in an accident, you know, you see some things that you can't unsee, right? Give you PTSD. So yeah, if you think this video was important, or if you learned something for yourself or someone else, please comment. But please share this with other people and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.